Hey guys, how's it going? iStar here and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the first DLC release of zombies, which is Firebase Z. As always, I will be covering the PC aspect of Firebase Z. Leave a like and subscribe, and if you like my video, hit the notification bell to keep updated when new videos are out, and be sure to tell your friends and family members to give me that support for my channel. Now, let's get right into it. First, let's start off with the basics of Firebase Z. When was it released? What is the lore behind it? And what new things are being introduced? Firebase Z was released on February 4th, 2021. The story behind Firebase Z is about a captured German agent by the name of Maxis captured by Dr. Peck, whom the strike team has to go into Firebase Z and rescue her. In the beginning, you are met with a man named Reveno, who will speak to you on his office, giving you some information about the whereabouts of the captured agent. You then go through the rounds, going into a portal that leads into a new area where you must turn on the power and find the captured agent. The basic structure of a typical zombie game remains the same. However, you are given a bigger and more complicated task to get the power on. Turning on the power is different, where you approach these power reactors placed throughout the base to boot it up. You're supposed to protect the power plants from being destroyed by zombies approaching it. Once the power is on, you return back to where Reveno is, and he'll give you the Pack-a-Punch machine. Once you get the Pack-a-Punch machine and the power on, you're then introduced into a new monster known as the Mimic. A creature with a large mouth, a pair of antlers on its head will randomly spawn in these small little spawn-shaped like objects every time you approach one. It can be randomized and you have to kill them. Somewhere later in the rounds, depending on when you get the power on, you're then introduced with a new monster called the mangler, roughly after round 15. These creatures are all about armor, and they will also use these cannons on this arm to shoot at a distance. Around round 25, you are then introduced with the hellhound. They are made of fire, so the moment they jump on you, it will explode and may catch you on fire. We are also dealing with occasional assault wave rounds that will happen occasionally. Typically, a large spawn of monsters will approach you from the ether portals on a specific area and location, and your goal is to try to stop them from destroying a power plant or the machine. If you're lucky and you go to somewhere around round 30, you are also introduced with a large boss god known as the Orda. Now, I did manage to get this far on this particular map, but I have yet to figure out the strategy to take it down just yet. I admit, it looks pretty scary though. You're also introduced with the new wonder weapon as well, the RAIK-84. There are multiple ways to obtain the weapon. However, I'll only be talking about the use of this map's particular wonder weapon. I hate to spoil to you about how to get it. Anyway, the RAIK-84 is a wonder weapon designed to look akin to an assault rifle. However, it has two modes to the gun. The first being where you can regularly shoot zombies simultaneously, like that of a regular assault rifle. The second mode looks similar to a launcher, which allows you to shoot at range against monsters, clearing hordes easily. In its base form, the second mode is called RAIK-84GP6K2. After it is Pack-a-Punch and you switch it into the second mode, it's called the Scordian Harmonizer. The Pack-a-Punch RAIK-84 will then be called the Scordian Disruptor. Now, it did take me a bit to get to the said wonder weapon, but when I finally did, it was definitely a wonder weapon to be reckoned for. The damage dealt with the zombies and its range function is pretty strong. It certainly lives up to the hype about the gun, and certainly was something worth for me to try out and get. However, switching between the two modes did take a bit of a move of the finger, but it wasn't so bad that it took away the game experience. As the gun gets more and more Pack-a-Punch, the more it can deal large amounts of damage. The pros of Firebase Z. I like the introduction of the new storyline, wonder weapons, monsters, strategies, occasional assault waves, and new map area introduced in the game. There's certainly more variety in terms of what you can do, makes you become more engaged with the story itself. Firebase Z does offer you a bigger map area for you to move around without too many problems. The cons of Firebase Z. Well, I did like many of the new things. I did say the introduction of the new monsters, mini assault waves, and missions the game offers give it a much harder time to stick to just one strategy. Sometimes you have to adapt and go with the flow in terms of handling which foe you're faced with. There's still things in Firebase Z that are not very smooth, and there's some parts where it can be fixed. I will say that these glitches will be best if fixed to make the gameplay a little bit more smoother. I have to admit, when I was trying to get the wonder weapon by obtaining the parts, it did take a lot longer than I appreciated in order to get it. This forces me to revisit spots over and over again just to try and get that one part. If they could get that a little bit more fixed so it makes it a little bit easier to obtain the wonder weapon easily, it'll probably make things a lot more fun to get the very powerful wonder weapon. My final thoughts. Personally, I find Firebase Z to be a much more fun experience than was bargained for. While there's some struggles that are noted in the gameplay itself, it still gave me the experience and fun that was worth for me to play the DLC. If you have not played the new map just yet, I would suggest that you do because it's a fun DLC to give it a try. But like always, make sure you're always well prepared if you do. Anyway, this is all I have for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, hit the like and subscribe button if you like this video, hit the notification bell to know when new videos are out, and share with your family and friends to give me that support for my channel. Thank you again, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye now!